Oh my gosh, what an exciting opportunity to be here with you. We've come a long way. If you have been through all of these videos, you now know a lot about what we do and about what you can do, more importantly, right? We know what we can change. And that's really important because what we can change is not just a matter of hypnotherapy. We can change what we want to change, number one, and what depends on us. I cannot change what depends on someone else. I can change what depends on me. So that idea that we borrow from hypnotherapy applies to all of us in any realm of life. You also realize that there are many behaviors that I want to change but cannot. And that, in essence, at least for you and I, defines the concept of an addiction. I want to X, Y, or Z, but I can't. Well, that's an addiction then. You know, I want to wake up early, but I can't. To a certain extent, I'm addicted to oversleeping. I want to not eat chocolate, but I keep on eating chocolate. To a certain extent, that's an addiction. So, an addiction doesn't have to be just drugs and alcohol. It's whatever it is that I don't want to do, or that I do want to do, that I cannot, or that I have tried and haven't succeeded. That's an addiction. And we can certainly change that. And the question is, what does it take to change those things? Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. First of all, if I want to change something about myself, listen to the phrase, I want to change something about myself. This might be a little bit difficult if you're not trained in this to hear it, but there are two entities there. There's the I, the one who wants to change, and there is the myself who hasn't changed. So if I tell you, I want to change something about myself, I want to change my behavior around food, well, if I want to and I haven't, is because there's another part of me, let's put it that way, who doesn't want to. Is that a fair statement? Or there's a part of me that hasn't changed. There's a part of me that doesn't want to change. There's a part of me that opposes all of it, because if it's all my desire and nothing else, then I should be able to do anything that depends on me. But the instant I tell you I want to stop X, Y, or Z, and I haven't been able to, it means that there must be another part of me saying, no, 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 don't change that. I think that for some of you, that idea is a bit more obscure than for others. I don't mean literally like there's somebody else in there. I mean like it's almost like a part of us that is saying no, because if the totality of what I am wants to, then I should be able to. And if I can't, it is because there's another part of me that for whatever reason isn't cooperating. Now people tell me, oh, my doctor told me that's the chemical addiction. I understand that whether you call it chemical addiction, whether you call it whatever you call it, there's a part of me opposing what I want to change. So I'm not getting into whether that part is physiological, neurological, is not the issue here. The point is that there's something that opposes my desire to change something about myself. And that something that opposes me is something that I'm not entirely familiar with. I don't know exactly what it is. For some reason, people say I haven't been able to change. For some reason, I cannot get up early. For some reason, I cannot quit eating chocolate. For some reason, I cannot stop arguing with my neighbor. You see, for some reason, I want to do this, but I can't. Whenever you hear yourself saying for some reason, and you honestly don't know why you're doing that, well, that's the definition of what we call the subconscious mind. You see, it is subconscious, meaning it's below the level of conscious awareness. So there's a part of me, I explicitly tell you, I want to lose weight. I know I want to, but I haven't. Clearly, there has to be a part of me saying, no, 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 don't lose weight. It's dangerous. You could die if you lose weight. Oh, I'm making this up, right? As an example. That part, but I don't know that. All I know is that I haven't been able to lose the weight. Therefore, there's a part of me opposing my desire to lose weight, and that part of me, I don't even know what it is. Well, if I don't even know what it is, but it's me, it is subconscious. It's below the level of conscious awareness. Makes sense, right? You see how these words come to be. So if this part of me that is opposing what I want Notice the way I phrase it. This part of me is below the level of my conscious awareness. It stands to reason that I have to enter the realm of my own subconscious in order to see what I don't see, in order to change it. It's like me saying, go turn on the light. This is before the days of remote controls and all that stuff, right? So there used to be switches on the wall to turn the lights on and off. And you tell me, where's the switch? I tell you, no, just turn it on. Well, we can't. I have to go reach the switch to turn the light on or off. Similarly, if I want to change my subconscious mind, I have to be in my subconscious mind to be able to move the levers that control that behavior. Going into my subconscious mind is the definition of hypnosis. So hypnosis is nothing more, nothing less than the access to the subconscious mind so that I can make changes. So I can do two things once I have access to the subconscious. I can get information out. In other words, the hypnotized person can speak, and I can put information in. We call that accepting a suggestion. So there's a bidirectional flow of information between conscious and subconscious minds. That bidirectional flow of information is called hypnosis. So if I use hypnosis to do therapy, and therapy means we were going to engage in a process to improve the quality of your life. That's the definition of therapy. So if we're using hypnosis as the main ingredient in a therapeutic intervention, then we have something called hypnotherapy. So then the question is, all right, I got that. I want to change my behavior. I haven't been able to. I realize it's subconscious. I got to go into my subconscious. That's called hypnosis by definition. So I need to go see a hypnotherapist. And that's true. But then another question comes up. Okay, so my hypnotherapist told me that all hypnosis at the end of the day is self-hypnosis, because if I don't accept the suggestions to go into hypnosis, I won't go. Therefore, I have a lot to do with whether or not I go into hypnosis, which means that I should be able to do something called self-hypnosis. And guess what? It's exactly true. You can. We all can. Now, can we solve all problems with self-hypnosis? I have been working on this for many, many years, and I'll be honest with you, I don't believe we can. In principle, we can, but it's difficult. And I'll tell you why it's difficult. Because no matter how deeply we hypnotize ourselves, notice that there comes a point at which it's difficult to be both our own therapists and relax enough. In other words, when we're hypnotizing ourselves, we're both the hypnotist and the subject simultaneously. So I'm doing two jobs, and I'm convincing myself of what it is that I want to accomplish. I'm doing both jobs. But certain things, in order for them to change, require that I go into a much deeper level of hypnosis. And when I go into those much deeper levels of hypnosis, I lose awareness of what I'm doing. That's where it feels handy to have a hypnotherapist working with me, so he or she can do that part for me. So this explanation might be a little bit too technical, but I'm telling you that in principle, we can change anything with self-hypnosis. It might take a little bit longer, but in practice, certain problems become a little bit more difficult. Not impossible, but a bit more difficult to do it with self-hypnosis. It's easier. You get a lot more done a lot faster and a lot more cheaply, because you don't waste your life trying to change something. So it's a lot easier to do it with a hypnotherapist. All right. So let's say that you want to change certain things, and you're confident that you can do it by yourself, and I'm sure that you can. How would we do that? Let's do it together right now. Let's begin an exercise. So, number one, you do not want to be in a car for this. If you are in a car, you want to turn it off. You don't want to be playing with your own destiny. So you don't want to be distracted. You don't want to feel sleepy, drowsy, nothing like that. It probably will not happen, but we don't want to open up the opportunity for that to happen. Distraction is a big deal when you're driving. We don't want that. So I'm asking you to please turn off the recording if you're driving, or if you're in the car with someone else driving. I don't want them to be hearing this. So from this moment on, I'm going to assume that you're doing as I ask you to do, which is to sit comfortably on a chair where you're very safe. That means it's your home, or some such place. Take a deep, slow breath. Just do what I ask you to do for just 1 minute. Take a deep, slow breath and allow your eyelids to naturally relax. We're going to use a form of hypnotic induction. An induction is the process whereby you go into hypnosis. We're going to use an induction based on relaxation. We call this progressive relaxation. You're going to start relaxing your feet, your legs, your pelvis, your lower belly, your lower back. Just relax the muscles. I can already feel you relax your shoulders. And oftentimes, people, you can just see all that tension melting away. We relax the neck, the arms, the hands, and you can see the face eventually kind of just feeling completely relaxed. And you now have what's called a physical relaxation. Physical relaxation is really important in this process because every one of our mental tensions come from a physical tension and vice versa. Every physical tension is connected to a mental tension and vice versa. So when we intentionally relax the body, we're also relaxing the mind. But just to be sure that your mind is relaxed, you're going to try to count the numbers from 10 down to 1 slowly, one by one. 10. And as you count the numbers, you want to keep your whole body as relaxed as possible. 9, 8, 'And you will notice that as you keep yourself profoundly relaxed, you enter a state of hypnosis. The state of hypnosis is very, very comfortable. It's very, very comfortable. It's a comfortable state. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And if you're working with a professional hypnotherapist who's experienced and loving, you're going to feel refreshed. You're going to feel enthusiastic, invigorated, because as you enter the state, you absorb suggestions. You become those suggestions. You actualize those suggestions. And the suggestions you will receive and accept are good, positive, empowering. And that's how you're going to accomplish your goals and change your life. So one thing you can do right now is you can enter the hypnotic state and make one affirmation that you predetermine. There's a famous one by Dr. Emil Coué from the early part of last century. Every day in every way, I feel better and better. That covers a lot of ground. Every day in every way, I feel better and better. Every day in every way, I feel better and better. And you can repeat that affirmation a few times. You can even record your voice and have it play back to you when you are in the hypnotic state. Every day in every way, I feel better and better. And for some of you, this will be a little easier than for others. Some of you may have a lot of experience with this. For some of you, it might be a little bit difficult to relax. That's okay. But if you keep on insisting, if you keep on doing it over and over, you're going to enter the self-hypnotic state and you'll be able to change your life. This is beautiful, my friends. Whatever you need, please let me know and I'll be more than happy to help or answer any questions you have. Reach out to me, I'll be more than happy to help. I'll also be able to help you professionally if you need that, but I'll be also very happy to answer your questions and help you on your own as well. So let me know what you need and I'll be more than happy to be a part of your journey. Mega, mega blessings to you.